Hey, welcome back to another edition of Ego on Break. I'm your host, Dynamite Jay Andrews. Got the Mississippi bad man, Logan Creed, sitting over here, and he may or may not be buying escorts. So
no, I'm not. Nah.
So always be aware of who you're talking to online because it could get interesting.
Yes, it could.
So in between your not trying to buy an escort, you watching your wrestling?
I watched plenty of wrestling. I watched MLW this week. I really haven't watched anything but MLW.
I got you. Well, who's your favorite escort in wrestling?
Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And Jacqueline.
And Jacqueline.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite too.
I always liked Sensational Sherry.
I like Jacqueline because she kicked the crap out of you.
Yeah. Well, that's the same reason for Sherry.
Yeah, she would too.
The Sherry and Heartbreak Kid was my favorite, I think.
When they broke the mirror on her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, good stuff. But yeah, MLW, I got to check out some MLW as well. We put on our Facebook page some snapshots of Fred Yehi facing off against MLW champion Low Key. And it was in the main event of this week's episode of Fusion. So congratulations to Fred Yehi. If you're not a Fred Yehi fan, check him out. He's been in Ego before. He competed in the Great Southern 8 tournament, I believe, year 2. And he is definitely the savage weight. He has a very unique style. And I enjoyed the match. It was short, but it was really good. I think it got to showcase Fred, so.
I actually wish that match had been longer and the Dragon Lee match had been shorter.
Right, I can agree with that. So I was really wanting that, that longer match, but I think it was more of a let's build Low Key as a guy that can end the match at any moment kind of deal.
He stomped the hell out of him.
Oh, dude, I thought it killed him.
Because he was up off his back, off his stomach when he did it, and he took it to the back.
And he took it low to the back, like not across shoulder blades. So it was definitely a stiff bump for Fred. Hopefully, wasn't nothing major come out of that as far as an injury or anything like that. But you mentioned the Dragon Lee match. Who do you wrestle? Rich Swann.
Rich Swann.
Yeah. What'd you think about that match?
If Rich Swann would have been Rich Swann instead of trying to be a heel for some weird reason,
exactly what I thought too.
I would have enjoyed it, but they tried to. I guess they're trying to get Lee over, so they're getting Swann. Because Swann even shook his hand and raised his hand in the match, so the whole scenario of him working as a heel didn't really make any damn sense.
I really like when that whole idea of raising somebody's hand, shaking their hand. If it's meant to be, just because you wrestled a dude doesn't mean you have to do it.
Like not when you were heel the whole match.
Yeah, I mean,
it just didn't make any sense.
It's a little like I don't know, indie-ish, indie wrestling ish, for me. Like I said, I think there's a time and place for it, but I don't think it's every match you have. I get you came in, wrestled a guy you hadn't wrestled, and maybe you have, I don't know. But the whole idea of, hey, this guy took me to my limit. Okay, cool. Tell him that in the back. Kick him while he's down.
Now, I watched the week before I watched that match you were telling me about with L.A. Park and Gringo Loco.
Yeah.
And they did that at the beginning. Yeah. It was basically for La Parker to sucker punch you.
Yeah, which it made sense.
Which I thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
And he didn't.
So
that's what I was saying. But
yeah, we got to see Brian Pillman Jr. defeat Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
Singapore Cane match. So all in all, it was a good episode.
Do you think they were building up a scene in the background with Sami Callihan looking for Dirty Nasty, whatever the hell his name
Filthy
is?
Tom Lawler?
With
AC Baby?
AC Baby.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, you always plant those little seeds for later.
Where'd he go? Did you eat him?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'd kind of like to see that match, honestly, just to see what they can do with each other.
What I dug about it was Sammy was hunting this dude with a hammer. It's not your typical wrestling weapon. And he's like, I'm the dude with the hammer. You better tell me what I want to know. And so it was kind of cool. You had a...
How'd you like the cheap way they did the fight at the end? They just closed the door and you hear, crash, boom, crash, bam. And then the fingers come out.
I mean, it's one of those do something without doing it.
Yeah, but they do it a lot on MLW. Right. That's the second time.
What I thought would have been cool is if once he went in, Like maybe instead of saying warming up, I'd been like, oh, he's in the closet off the kitchen meditating.
Mm-hmm.
And so, maybe there's a dummy set up or something, and Callahan goes in, and then he just goes like click, locks the door.
But remember, that was to go back to when he led him to the room and it was full of people. And they supposedly beat him up with a closed door.
It is what it was. And Filthy came out licking the hammer. So I guess it was either covered in Sammy's blood or they dipped it in pudding. I don't know. So one or the other. But he was the hammer. So, hey, he's Filthy. So go figure. I'd still like to see Filthy Tom Lawler versus Andy Dalton. Dirty versus Filthy. I think that's the matchup to see in MLW. So, Court Bauer, if you're listening, you should listen to me and book that.
Lawler don't lick his hand or rub in his face, do you? Because he does.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know Andy Dalton spit in your mouth. So.
I know Andy licks his damn hand and then rubs it on you. I'm afraid this fits to get real right now.
I could probably live with that part. The spitting in my mouth, nasty, that would be too far. So, he's definitely dirty, But overall, good show, I thought. Speaking of Fred Yehay, speaking guys been in Southern 8, last year's winner, 2018's winner, Josey Quinn, made his debut 3 times with Ring of Honor. The first was
3 times.
The first was, well, not debut, but he was on all 3 events, or 2 events, and then the Future of Honor episode aired that he was on.
Did they screw up too, and they had to do it 3?
Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. But Josey Quinn teamed with Alan Angels and someone else. I forgot his name.
You're telling this story, brother. I don't even know about it.
In the Future of Honor event, and faced 3 guys in black and red and face paint. Like Fatal Attraction or something like that.
I saw the picture, but I didn't see the names.
But then over the weekend in Atlanta, he teamed with Corey Hollis, who has also been in the Great Southern 8, and John Schuyler to take on Villain Enterprise.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was very cool. And then Saturday in North Carolina, they being Hollis, Schuyler, and Josey, they did an open challenge, and Cheeseburger and 2 other students came out. Or I say they're students. I'm assuming
they're his students. They're doing a ninja thing,
right?
Yeah.
So they came out, and so big weekend for Josey Quinn, big weekend for Corey Hollis, John Schuyler, those guys.
That's cool.
So
It looked like he shortened his beard.
I think so.
Okay.
So it was a big weekend for Ego. Some of our guys were out and about. Fury, Wes Warren, J.D. Jenkins. They were down in Elevate doing their thing over in Louisiana. So it was a big weekend all the way around. So looking forward to it. So watch anything else? Yeah. So
that's all I watched.
Like 8 minutes in. So
I'm sorry. I mean, I was going to watch some Ring of Honor today. I just hadn't sat down and watch it yet. We watched Danger Hawk in Chikara earlier defend his Young Lions Cup against pineapples and pears or something.
Against the wrestler known as Still Life with apricots and pears.
I was close.
Bruce Pritchard and Conrad, they have the bag of gimmicks, and you have to believe that was reached down in that bag and pulled out, hey, what's your name? Still Life with apricots and pears. That's got to be a good one. So
after you explain the concept to me, I get it, but this is supposed to be a guy's creation, which there's real paintings in real life.
Right.
So he's going to have a Mona Lisa somewhere.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It makes you wonder, was there not a better name for a painting?
I'd rather been Mona Lisa. I'm a dude, So, I don't know. It's hard to get scared or intimidated by a dude named Still Life with apricots and pears. I mean, if Brock Lesnar came to the ring and they're like, making his way to the ring, apricots and pears, I don't know, would Brock Lesnar have the same effect? I don't think so. I really don't.
It's like I watched this show on YouTube, and the guy was talking about he was in jail, and the guy that was 2 bunks over, his name was Peaches, and he's like, at first you're not really intimidated by Peaches, and then you realize Peaches is 6'4", and looks like Ving Rhames, and he's over here talking to imaginary people. He's like, well, Peaches then became intimidating, but at first you wasn't scared of Peaches.
That's awesome.
So hey, what's what does Romeo say? What's in the name?
Evidently a lot.
She called him fruit cocktail.
Yes.
But yeah, the match was good. Danger Hawk and Still Life with Apricots and Pears was a good match.
Danger Hawk won with 450.
Yeah. So
he looked like he weighed about $150.
Yeah, which I mean, gravity adds 50 pounds, I believe. So he was equal to 200. So
each week how many matches they have? Like 3, 2.
Chikara.
Kind of like MLW?
I think so. Yeah, it's like an hour of power or half hour of power or something like that.
Okay.
But that match was on the podcast to Go. That was the first one they put out this year. So
I like they put out a single match because they used to do clips.
Yeah. Yep. Now
and
they do
I
a
actually
whole match.
wrote them one time, and I said, "Can instead of y'all just doing clips because they're confusing, could you just put one really good match on?"
Yeah.
2 weeks later, they started putting one really good match on.
That dude.
Now, I ain't gonna say it was my fault, but I promise you,
Well,
I
you were probably not the only one. You know, there's a lot of Chikara fans out there that may not have access to go and see it live or, you know, buy every DVD or whatever. So to get a whole match would be a plus.
Because it would be like I'm getting really interested and then.
Yeah, buy the DVD if you want to see the rest of this.
Son of a.
Yeah. So yeah, guns.
Yeah.
No, not for you.
No.
Well, let me ask you this. You got any Chikara, like, favorite matches from Chikara?
Yeah, actually, Quackenbush versus Cesaro.
Yeah. And they've had several, so you're not going to be disappointed with any of them, I don't think.
No, but if you go to YouTube, I think it's Quackenbush, Cesaro. I wish I could remember how they put it, but it's like chain wrestling, but it's literally the end of the match.
Right.
And like everything is like perfection.
Yeah. Yeah, I like there's a lot of the older guys that I like. You know, Icarus, Jigsaw, you know, the Gen 1 originals.
Tim Don's getting the hell beat up by
Eddie Kingston.
God.
And I'm not a huge Eddie Kingston fan, but that match was brutal for sure.
Those were like, this is real. Like, this guy's having to earn this fight.
Yeah, I like the BDK when they had
that was
Aries
my
and Claudio and Delirious and just guy after guy after guy after guy, you know. I think that's one thing I appreciate about Chikara is they're not against trying something different. You know, it doesn't always work.
When everybody talks about intergender, that's the first promotion I remember seeing do it.
Absolutely. They were definitely, you know, they had probably the first female heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
You know. So they did big things for wrestling. You know, I think they really launched the this is not two dudes feuding, but two dudes doing art, so to speak. Yeah. You know, you hear guys say, "Don't complain about my art form." And you're
but ain't nobody licking whipped cream out of nobody out there.
Yeah. Let me ask you if this bothers you.
You're welcome.
If say you're a bad guy in wrestling.
I've done that several times.
Okay, and you do something that's supposed to make the crowd angry.
Okay.
Why do you complain that the crowd is mad at what you're doing? Does that bother you? Because that seems to be a trend.
I do my job. I want them to react the way I want them to react.
It seems to be a trend that a wrestler will do something to get a reaction. They don't get the reaction maybe they wanted, so they complain about it. Like, is that going to get you the reaction? Okay. Oh, it upset you, hurt your feelings? I'm sorry. Oh, I really like that thing you doing. You know, or, you know, you stabbed your best friend in the back for fame and for money. That was just you expressing your art. Oh, I didn't mean to boo you. I'm sorry. Hey, sorry, I won't boo you anymore. Yay them! Stab that dude in the back. Like, is that how it's supposed to work?
They want to be cheered like faces?
I think, no, they want you to cheer them because
they did a good
it's
job
an art
being
form.
A bad job.
Yes. Like, that was a great job you did at being a bad guy. I really liked how you bad guyed. You know, it kind of reminds me of Bobby Boucher's mama. Oh, I really like the way you foosballed. You know, like, I mean, Vicky Valancourt. Oh, your son, yeah, he brought the water real nice. He's really good at watering. Yeah, like,
I appreciate what you're doing with me right here.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't get like.
No, I wanted people to be mad at me if I used a weapon or.
And even if you do something controversial, you know what I mean, like
low blowed or something.
Like I do something controversial. Controversial, I thought means some people are going to like it, some people are going to hate it. They're going to argue about it. It's controversial.
Like penis plex.
Sure.
Yeah.
Penis plex. If you've done that,
well, that's the most controversial thing I can think
right,
of.
but if you do it, why get mad at people that didn't agree with it?
And like recently, there's the chick that put the tampon in the other chick's mouth.
Perfect example.
I think that's the most filthy thing I've ever seen in my damn life.
But you didn't do it.
No,
like,
I didn't do it.
I'm just saying, like, there's no way she thought, oh, everybody's going to love this. Let me do it.
I hope not.
You know, and hey, kudos to her for doing something that got your attention.
It got her plenty of attention. I don't know if it's the right kind.
But no, she's getting a lot of she's selling T-shirts right now.
That's nasty.
You know, but you know there was a lot of people complaining like you don't understand and this and that and.
Puss.
But I'm like, no, it said I bleed for I can't remember her name.
I can't either. That's what I was trying to think.
I can't remember, but yeah, but like. She went online, you know, and she was like, oh, y'all don't understand. Y'all taking about, like, she was trying to defend it. I'm like, you done it knowing.
Priscilla Kelly.
I bleed for Priscilla Kelly. Hey, it's not my cup of tea. I give her credit for doing something outside the box. I mean,
literally.
But you had to know that it was not going to be all positive reviews. So don't go and go like you're wrong because you didn't understand my art form.
That was just filthy.
You know, like, but I mean, that's what it was meant to be.
Taste my tuna and then threw this in the girl's mouth.
I mean, you meant for it to be that. You know, so why go and complain when people are upset? Well, you wanted them to be upset.
Because I didn't know that's what she did. Because everybody was telling me she did like a claw. And I'm like, and then I saw it because she reached in her pants and I'm like, oh, she's just going to rub on it and then rub it on her face. Nope. A little bit different.
Yeah, you know, but hey, I mean, it is what it is. And I mean,
weird.
But if you're going to do controversy, know that if everybody loved it, it wouldn't be controversial.
I mean, at one point, Draws was going to be puke, and his gimmick was going to be, I'm going to puke on you in your match. So, I mean...
I'd rather you not, you know.
I appreciate it not happening.
But it just blows my mind that you have these people that want to try to defend what they done, saying that, well, you just don't understand what I'm doing. And I'm like, you're doing something that you want a reaction from. You're getting it, and now you're telling me my reaction is wrong. Like, you should have been happy that you got reactions.
You knew you were going to get various ones. If you didn't, you're crazy.
Yeah. Like, there's a clip of Ace Austin floating around where he did a crossbody off of a basketball goal. And the crowd... I mean, they may have went crazy live, but from the video, you really can't tell that there was this huge reaction. Mm-hmm. You know, it was like a few people popped, and like somebody shared it and said, I don't think he got the reaction he was hoping for. And he may not have. But should he go on there and go, y'all people didn't understand what I was trying to do. You should have reacted the way they do on Lucha Underground when they jump off high places. Like
Logan Gringo Loco
yeah, I mean, like,
onto LA Park off the entrance. That was pretty awesome. 3 fat guys.
Right, but the thing is, like, if the crowd would have been like, boo, then like he shouldn't go and complain about it. You know, like somebody once told me, like, you could be a world-class chef and you make the best steak ever. And if a customer comes in and orders a steak and you serve it to them and they go, well, this really wasn't that good. Is the customer wrong? Or, you know, and the chef comes out and goes, well, you just don't understand good flavor and this, that. No, like he just had a different taste.
Everybody has a different taste.
You know, just because, you know, someone likes it doesn't mean everybody's going to like it.
I kind of look at it this way, like we're out of moves to do. There's no more new moves. There's nothing to exist. So they're wanting a reaction, and the only way to get it now is do something controversial.
Yeah. And I mean, I think we've entered past the this is my art form
like
to
cool emoji maybe appearing soon.
Oh, don't say that word. Kill you. But you know, wrestling now has not become let's tell a story, let's get people emotionally attached. Now it's like let's see if we can get something that they will put on the internet to go viral. You know, like we don't care if it makes sense. We don't care if, you know, if people like as long as it'll get us some, you know, world star views, and let's do it, you know, and I don't think that's the way wrestling should be. Now, I've shared a ton of stuff that went viral, you know, seen by itself. Oh, that's great.
People on
Insert it in the match. Maybe it makes no sense, you know.
Let me ask you this. to me, this is kind of odd, but it's damn sure true. If you and your son go to the house, either one of your kids, and you do wrestling moves on them and put it online, that will get more hits than if me and you have an actual match.
Yep.
How does that make sense?
Because you had to make a cool meme with it, like, my daddy's a WWF fan. Yeah. That's what. John Cena! You got to holler John Cena before you do it, because that's, they won't see you if you don't. Speaking of John Cena.
What happened?
His cousin from south of the border showed up and did Lucha. Yeah, he did Lucha House Party with the Lucha House Party guys.
Yeah, I saw the blue.
Thought that was pretty funny, but
something.
I don't know, man. Like I love wrestling at times. I just don't understand wrestlers arguing with the crowd. And this has happened for a long time. I remember at an independent event, a guy. He was a goodie, a baby face, a blue eye, if you will. And he turned bad, but then he got upset at some of the people in the crowd that was mad that he turned bad guy.
Oh,
and I'm like,
I was always happy when it worked.
I'm like, I thought you wanted him to be mad. Well, I want him to be mad, but I don't want him to tell anybody or complain about it. I'm like, well, isn't that the point? I mean, like, what is wrong with wrestlers, man? Like, grow up and be a wrestler, I mean, like, how would it have been like if Andre, when he turned on Hogan, if he would have came out and been like, well, y'all just didn't get it, like, I mean, come on, I'm sure there were still people cheering for Andre, but those that booed him because he turned on Hogan, he didn't go and cut a promo like, you people just didn't understand what I was trying to go for. You should have cheered me. Like, no, he was like, ha, 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 I murder your hero.
And
like,
I make a buttload of money fighting Hogan.
Like, quit being marks, man.
I think the only one that gets is Sammy Callahan.
And I'm not saying like quit being fans. I'm saying quit being dumb. That's what I'm saying.
So you better use mark in a derogatory term.
Yeah, I do. Like,
plus we got to use that as a new pronoun now.
My bad. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to offend anyone and hurt your feelings that I didn't understand your art form.
Sure.
But, man, like, if you're gonna be a bad guy, be a bad guy. If you're gonna be a good guy, be a good guy. Like, if your character is I murder people, maybe that's not the exact thing you need to do for a babyface. Maybe you should just like murder bad people. Maybe that's how you get the pops. I mean, that would work for me. I'd pop if you were murdering a bad guy.
I'd dress like a human penis.
Or you could do that. So, till next time. January 19th, we will be at Hattiesburg at Brewski's for bragging rights. Dog collar match, main event. JD Jenkins puts his pride title on the line against Bristol Hale and her Nightmare. Nightmare will be the one facing JD for the pride title in the dog collar match, not Bristol Hale. That kind of came out backwards. So check that out. Big matches. We've got several new faces making their debut in Pro Wrestling Ego. Looking forward to that. A couple of returns. Colt Storm will be making his way back to Pro Wrestling Ego. He's been here once before at our last Brewski's event. And looking forward to that. March 30th, Pearl, Mississippi, the old Pearl High School gym. We will be there. So make plans to be there as well. And until then, see you guys next week. Later.